but not recommended at the end of the day. But in this next topic, in the EV price war, Ford just released a lot of their earnings call data, and it seems like they're losing $58,000 per electric vehicle sold in quarter one. And on top of that, they dropped the price of their Ford Mach-E. So the Tesla EV price war is certainly heating up, but we'll talk about it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel, but more on that later. All right, so let us take a look at this. Ford cut its price of the Mach-E by, I believe, $4,000. And of course, overnight, the Model 3 and the Model Y just got a price increase of $250 across the board. But a couple things stuck out to me. The first thing was from Sawyer Merritt on Twitter. He posted Ford lost an average of $58,000 per electric vehicle sold in quarter one. This morning, Ford dropped the Mach-E by $4,000. So, I mean, I guess Ford seems to be getting into the EV price war as well. It seems like the only OEM or one of the biggest. I mean, I guess they've branched off the electric vehicle department or company off of Ford. So I guess maybe they can be more nimble in trying to do price changes that are different from the bigger Ford company. So that's pretty interesting to see a different car company drop prices by that substantial amount. But at the end of the day, Ford also did increase the price of their Mach-E pretty recently as well. I want to say 3 to 6 months ago, but it's very interesting that they were able to drop it down $4,000. But at the end of the day, like to sell, here's a tweet from Holes Mart catalog, to sell an EV for $50,000, which is basically around the price of what a Ford Mach-E is, maybe a little bit less, of course. It cost Ford $101,000. So definitely some crazy stuff. I mean, of course, there's been speculation that Tesla at least makes profit per vehicle sold, but very interesting that some of the other competitors have to spend a lot of money to sell an electric vehicle. But here's a tweet from Motorhead or Brad Munchin on Twitter that stuck out to me. Quote, more Tesla Model Y price cuts secured. Ford Mach-E relaunched the cheaper LFP battery and a 6.5 price reduction, which is at $4,000. Lowest price Mach-E starts at $42,995, which is 9% below the cheapest Model Y at $47,240. So is the competition coming on strong? That is for sure it is. But I want to say, I mean, here's the website, fueleconomy.gov, where you can actually track and see which vehicles qualify for the federal tax credit. And I'm pretty sure the Ford vehicle does not qualify for the full $7,500 federal tax credit. I guess it just showed on the screen and didn't want to show itself even more. But let's see here. We can sort it down here. Ford Mach-E only qualifies for $3,750 tax credit, where the Model Y standard range all-wheel drive, the Model Y long range and performance all qualifies for the full $7,500 federal tax credit. So looking at these prices, it's almost pretty in line at the end of the day. So of course, I mean, I'm going to ask the question out to all of you, which one would you choose? But I probably know the answer at the end of the day. You'll probably choose a Model Y over a Ford Mach-E. And I'm kind of the same. I mean, I've never driven the Ford Mach-E, or I've never actually sat in one, but styling wise, I mean, it would have to really be a more substantial, better deal with like free supercharging or free charging, level 3 charging, things like that. And I believe the Ford Mach-E does not have that at the end of the day versus the Tesla. So I would say depends. I mean, maybe I'll change my mind after I drive one, but as of right now, I have not been able to get my hands on one or even sit in one. So if you're out there, Ford, I know you've got demo vehicles. You know, I'd love to try a Ford Lightning and of course a Ford Mach-E as well. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on. Let me know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the next topic, but before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you can support the channel, so definitely check it out if you're interested.